Oh boy, Goosebumps has a sequel. We get to see Zack, Hannah, and Sham team up with Arl Style to face off against the Invisible Boy. Why Sony? Hey guys, this is Frozen Dig Stews here, and welcome back to another video. And today, I am going to be doing a review. Oh, sorry, scratch that. I'm going to be doing a rant on Goosebumps 2 Haunted Halloween, or as I'd like to call it, Goosebumps 2 Pointless Halloween. But I'll call this my original title throughout the review. So Goosebumps 2 Haunted Halloween is the sequel to 2015's surprise hit Goosebumps, which I thought was an underappreciated film. That is such a blast. And it's directed by Ari Sandel, and it stars Dylan Minnette, Oderaj. Wait, what? They're not in this movie? Oh well, it stars, in this one it stars Jeremy Ray Taylor, Madison Isman, Khalil Harris, Wendy McLendon Covey, oh boy, Ken Jeong, why? Chris Bardell, Bryce Yana, and the return of Jack Black. And so basically, the plot for this movie tells the story of two best friends named Sonny and Sam who run this business of taking out the trash from other people's homes and just collecting useless junk and also they do that mainly for the sake of treasure hunting, like they want to go treasure hunting. But one day they are cleaning out this whole haunted house that actually turns out to be R.L. Stein's house. They find a book this mysterious book, and then they unlock it. They don't know anything about the book, because not to mention that there's no title placed in the book. And turns out Slappy comes out of the book. So yeah, Slappy returns and yeah, he basically once again hunts the town. Basically now his motive in this movie, he actually wants a family. He wants Sam and Sonny to be Slappy's to be brothers with Slappy, because apparently they resurrected Slappy from the dead, and they both like pretty much work together to escape a bunch of bullies, and Slappy just kick their asses and yeah, so with the help of Sonny's sister Sarah, the trio must work together to defeat Slappy, since Slappy unleashed monsters from the store to face the town. So the book that this movie is based on is actually Haunted Halloween, which is R.L. Stein's first book that he wrote as a teen, in which he did not finish at all, and he absolutely hated the book. And so yeah, R.L. Stein comes in to save the day, and so yeah, I think I just already said my brief thoughts on the first Goosebumps. And if you haven't seen the movie yet, seen my review yet, then you should go check it out. But I really dug the first Goosebumps movie. It is just a harmless, fun movie that doesn't try to do anything groundbreaking, but it's just a simple movie. And it actually has great characters that I actually care about. I cared about Zack and Hannah, and like especially Hannah. I'm a huge fan of Hannah. Honestly, one of my crushes of 2015. Not gonna lie. And I thought that Arnold Stein had some great character development. As he was a dark, twisted character and there's actually some great plot twist to it. And Slappy is such a great villain who has everything. Who pretty much fills in the checkbox to how to make a great villain who you absolutely despise. And so, as you all know, if you've seen Goosebumps, you know how that movie ended. So basically, the invisible boy comes in and then just types a message to R.L. Stein, telling him that he did not get sucked into the book. He's still around, so he's gonna get revenge on R.L. Stein, And so, I'm sure we all knew how the sequel was gonna go. So Zack, Hannah, and Champ reunites with R.L. Stein to defeat the Invisible Boy, and before the Invisible Boy pretty much brings back the Goosebumps invasion. That's how I think the story would have went, and it would have been a nice way to pretty much just resolve this cliffhanger and actually see these great characters back. Even though I'm not a huge fan of Champ, but instead, Sony decided to ignore the first film's cliffhanger and just make a new story and just pretty much just change everything. So yeah, oh boy. Now, I will admit though, now I kind of forgot about the cliffhanger. So man, I was actually kind of looking forward to Goosebumps because of the sequel, because of how much I enjoyed the first one while forgetting about the cliffhanger. So yeah, so yeah, I always saw a trailer on YouTube in the first week. I was like, okay, well, I'll see it in cinemas. And then my who is a massive Goosebumps fan, by the way, saw the trailer for the movie when in my showing of Hotel Transylvania 3 Summer Vacation. She was like, ooh, a Goosebumps sequel. I'm actually hyped for it. Yeah, my mom wanted to see it so badly, and and so yeah, but as it turns out, I did not see his movie theaters. We didn't, because instead I decided to watch Bohemian Rhapsody instead, because this movie in Bohemian came out a week apart in my country, and so as I was thinking about it, and even though I hate Watch Mojo, I think Watch Mojo is the reason as to why I decided to choose Bohemian Rhapsody over Goosebumps, because in Watch Mojo's top 10 most anticipated movies for the rest of the 2018 list that they made back in October, if I remember correctly, Bohemian Rhapsody was at number 1 or number 2, and I was like, oh, if Bohemian Rhapsody is that popular, then I should probably go see it, because I actually got the Bohemian Rhapsody because in every movie I saw in theaters from from July until October, I got the Bohemian Rhapsody trailer show in theaters. And so I asked my mom, hey mom, I changed my mind. I want to see Bohemian instead of Goosebumps. And she's like, okay. Thank God I made the best choice in the world, because Bohemian Rhapsody is a masterpiece. I absolutely adore Bohemian Rhapsody. I don't care what the haters say. Bohemian Rhapsody is amazing. However, Goosebumps 2 Haunted Halloween freaking sucks, yeah. Like, imagine if I chose this piece of garbage over Bohemian. That would have sucked, man. Because yeah, this movie sucks. This is one of those definitions of a pointless sequel. A sequel that actually had so much potential, but no, Sony just screwed everything up and just made this into a pointless sequel that no one asked for. No one asked for this story. No one is most certainly asked for these characters. Yes, and they decided to ignore the cliffhanger of the first Goosebumps, and just for the sake of cash, that they just want to change everything and replace characters I loved from the original. Why did you do this to me, Sony? I mean, I defend Goosebumps because there are people who say it's like, it's mediocre, I don't care, it's forgettable. But I really dug Goosebumps. Now, is this movie a complete disaster and one of the worst movies of 2018? Honestly, no. I wouldn't go that far. And there's actually some really good things to say about this movie. I will say that Slappy was actually a pretty decent villain. I mean, yeah, sure, Slappy's motivation of just wanting to be part of Sam and Sally's family was pretty but he was actually but they were able to keep but he was just as terrifying as he was in the first film. So they got that one right. And Slappy was actually one aspect of the plot where that actually continued from the first film. Because I'm sure they actually had more to him, because he wanted R.L. Stein in his family, but then R.L. Stein just threw him away and locked him in a book. But then that Slappy he wanted a new family, and that's all he wanted. So yeah, that's one thing that the film acknowledged about the first film and actually tried to continue on. Also, the movie did acknowledge the first film by having the main characters read this article about the events of the first Goosebumps, where the Goosebumps characters came to life and attacked that small town, the same small town that they're in, and discovered that these creatures came from the books of R.L. Stein and it's magical and other stuff. Yeah, they got those parts right, very good. I will say though that I will also say that there's actually a few really good scenes. Like there is a scene where the trio like locked Slappy in this box and locked it, sealed it, and then threw it on the river. So you wouldn't expect that Slappy would come back, right? So when they were driving back home, Slappy literally jumped on the front of the car, and that was a massive jump scare. I literally got shocked when I saw it. I was like frightened. Yeah, that was actually a very good jump scare. Very good jump scare that they made there. I mean, I actually really dug that jump scare. I gotta say, and oh yeah. Also, I like the action scenes. I would say that one compliment I'll give this movie is that they actually do make creative uses of the creatures, the ones the Halloween figures that come to life. Towards despite some creatures just being just like, for example, those comic bears, I feel like they're just ripped off of. They're just a copy of the gnomes from the first Goosebumps movie. They actually made some creative use of it, those pumpkins those two pumpkins were one of them literally shoot the fireballs from the mouth like a gun, and then the other just breathes fire. That is actually really cool. Like some cool ideas, and also I love that they included that it's balloon, because according to R.L. Stein, that was actually the very first idea that came into his head, the Pennywise balloon. But I think the best part of the movie to me is the ending. That ending was actually brilliant. Yeah, it was genius. That ending was genius. So basically, what happens in the ending? If you haven't seen this film, what happens in the ending is Slappy reveals that he did not get stuck in the book, and he actually survived. So what Slappy did was he wrote his own book. Where R.L. Stein, he actually wrote his own book about R.L. Stein, where R.L. Stein is a main character. But and the purpose of Slappy writing the book is to suck R.L. Stein in. That is actually a brilliant idea for a sequel. Like, there's some great opportunities for Goosebumps 3 to actually make a good and proper Goosebumps sequel. Like, The Return of the Invisible Boy, probably still lurking around, and Slappy trapping R.L. Stein in the book. Maybe in Goosebumps 3 we could get Zach, Hannah, and Champa, and we can get a crossover event with Zach, Hannah, Champa, Sonny, Sarah, and Samuel. They can meet up the six characters, both trios. They can actually meet up and team up to defeat Slappy. And then they find out that R.L. Stein is in the book. R.L. Stein is in the book, and they must rescue him. And meanwhile, we can also see how what R.L. Stein does in the book, and they can probably make some creative ideas there. Now that will probably make the best Goosebumps sequel. But no, instead we got this. Yeah, I actually hope that But if Sony actually wants to make a Goosebumps 3, don't make the same mistakes this movie did, which I'll get to them right now. The main problem I have with Goosebumps 2, Haunted Halloween, is that the story is literally a rehash from the first movie. It is literally copy-paste from the first film. So basically, new characters find a book but that they don't know anything about. They unlock the book, and it turns out the Slappy escapes from the book, and then you have a bunch of human character cliches and yada 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 and guess what? The a bunch of monsters are brought to life to invade the town, and so and so you got the entire second and third act where the main characters must survive the monster attack and fight them. Yeah, you're lying if you think that, oh, this is not the same thing as the first film. If you think that this isn't the same thing as the first film, then you're definitely lying, because this is literally a rehash from the first movie. Like, there's like, this movie literally does anything new. Oh wait, it does something new. It replaces Zack and Hannah with a bunch of nobodies, a bunch of new characters who are literally annoying pieces of garbage who have no character development. I don't care about them whatsoever, and they're just so stupid, man. I will admit though, Sarah is actually okay. Sarah's actually a pretty okay character. I mean, there's some great things about her. I actually do enjoy Madison Isma and stuff. Yeah, she isn't the best one. She's actually a cute actress. I don't simp her, by the way. I just think she's cute. But there's like better actresses out there too. But yeah. But I will say though that Madison is better here than that piece of garbage. Annabelle Comes Home. Blech. And I will also say that I will also say that Sarah is a mixed bag though. There are actually some really good things about her. I like how she can get tough at times, I guess, and she's actually the most tolerable character in the movie. But then you got her writing cliches, like her writing cliches, like specifically, those characters who just graduated high school and is about to go to college, and so she's like basically, oh, I need to write this essay, but I'm not motivated to, but I need to just focus on to finish it before going to college. And at the end of the movie, she finishes the essay and goes and gets accepted to college. Yeah, that's basically Madison. That's basically Sarah's character for most of the time. Oh, I'm so stressed out. I need to work on this essay because I need to get to college and go to college. But my mom is trying to make me do other things that gets me away from doing my essay and trying to get accepted to college. And also, there's another cliche with teenage characters where you know how they go to this party and then this character sees his or her crush actually make out with another girl. Yep, that actually happens in the movie and in an unnecessary way possible. I mean, there was no need to include that plot point of basically Sarah. Sarah's boyfriend invites him to go to the party. At first, Sarah didn't want to, but then she saw a post about the party on Instagram and got jealous, so she decides to go to the party. But turns out when she went to the party, she saw that her crush already has a girlfriend, and so she gets heartbroken about it. Yeah, I am honestly starting to get sick of that cliche. Unless if it's maybe a rom-com movie, I can understand that. But if it's a movie like this where you don't need to include a plot point, then what's the point even? Then that's basically that's kind of a red flag. Maybe there was some significance in that plot point because it motivated Slappy to hurt Sarah's crush, to attack Sarah's crush, but still there was no need to include that scene. Oh yeah, also I gotta also admit, yeah, Ken Jeong is one of my least favorite actors of all time. I hate Ken Jeong. Sure, there's some roles there's some roles I like you know when he played the villain in the Hangover movies, and also the character, I forgot his name, from Over the Moon, the Over the Moon character. Yeah, those are probably some of his only good roles. But my God, most of Ken Jeong's roles are just he's only there just to be annoying and insufferable. But I gotta say, he actually was not annoying and insufferable in this movie. Don't get me wrong, I don't like his character. I didn't like his character. I didn't care for him at all. But at least I can acknowledge that he didn't annoy me. He didn't do anything annoying. So thank God. But you know who is annoying in this movie? Sam and Sonny. Ugh. I will admit though that Khalil Harris, the other Sam, does has the potential to be Miles Morales. Not as much as Caleb McLaughlin though, but he actually did try his best, and he actually could make a fitting mouse, but I still want Caleb McLaughlin. But Sam and Sonny are stupid. Like, oh my goodness, those two characters are extremely dumb. They like they're really stupid. They literally believe that Slappy is a good person. Like, even though they find people, but for what reason do they find Slappy nice? And the moment Slappy comes to life, and the moment Slappy comes to life, and then they actually be like, okay, he's not that bad. But then they reveal he reveals his true nature later on. But my God, even though they both literally have barely any character development, I don't care about them. They're just annoying. Just a bunch of typical cliche kids who literally have no right. They did not have the right to replace Zack and Hannah from the first film. They had no rights to replace them. Like, what the hell? Oh yeah. Also, what's worse about them? Jeremy Ray Taylor. You were in It, the 27 It. You were great in that movie. You were actually amazing in that movie. Probably one of the top 5 best characters in that movie. Although he's no Beverly Bill or Richie, but he's a great character in that movie. This is how you follow up it with their career. Just wow. Yeah, he's even more annoying than Sonny. Actually, Sonny is worse, no, actually Sam is worse than Sonny, but Sonny is still very annoying. Still very annoying. Yeah, and his whole Nikola Tesla thing is like, who cares about that? I mean, it is essential to the plot, I guess, but I mean, I don't care about that. Oh yeah, and also some of the side characters, oh my goodness. Honestly, you wanna know who is the worst character in the movie? Who is my least favorite character? The bullies. Oh my goodness, the bullies in this movie. Okay, first of all, there is actually one of the members of the bully trio who is actually a member of the YouTube channel I subscribe to called the Imaginary Family. He's like the eldest son who was actually in Miss Marvel, and he was much better there. Despite this guy, although he usually does make very small background character appearances, he's actually a great member of he actually has a great YouTube channel, so I easily recognize him since I am a subscriber of the Imaginary Family, who was probably one of the most, was probably the best YouTube family. If you don't subscribe to the Imaginary Family, you can. I highly suggest subscribing to their YouTube channel. They have really good chemistry. But man, this guy, I think his name is Matthew, if I'm being correct. Yeah, his name is Matthew. He deserves better than this. Oh yeah, Matthew Vasquez, that's his name. Don't ever pronounce his last name, but Matthew Vasquez, that's his full name. But yeah, he deserves better than just being one of those one-dimensional bullies. Where, although his role in Miss Marvel it actually got the better of him. I will say it actually made him a little better. Like knowing to choose better projects. But yeah, and not to mention the bullies are literally they are literally a rip off of the bullies from Stranger Things season 1, and I don't even like these bullies. But yeah, I know you're gonna tell me, oh, you're making a false rip off claim, but it's true. They rip off. They're straight up rip off of the bullies from Stranger Things season 1. You know those bullies who pick on Mike, Dustin, Lucas. Yeah, and yeah, like they feel like the same thing. Like they feel very parallel to each other. And you know how in Stranger Things season 1 where 11 makes where 11 use her powers to make the bullies pee on their pants, which eventually goes to the floor. Yeah, how about have in this movie Slappy literally uses his force powers to his supernatural powers to pull down the bully's pants. And by the way, that is the worst scene in the film. Oh my goodness. Yeah, to this point, maybe the idea of trading season 1, that the idea of having him pee on his hands because of El supernatural powers. Yeah, sure, maybe it might be one of the weaker weaker aspects of that season, but at least it's still kind of funny. But this, and it actually it doesn't get repetitive. In this movie, however, the fact that Slappy literally like pulls down the bully's hands so many times, oh my god, it gets so repetitive. And yeah, I was like literally getting pissed off. I was like just pulling down his hand. I was like, I literally wanted to break Slappy. And this time, not in a way where like, you know, I can compliment him for being a great villain, even though he was pretty decent throughout the movie. Yeah, I can't. Yeah, that scene was insufferable. That was the worst scene in the film. Although him using his powers, using the water hose to knock down the bullies, that was fun though. It was actually kind of a cool idea. Until it got ruined by Slappy once again, holding down the pants of the bully. Yeah, that scene was annoying. Yeah. Oh yeah, but you wanna know what is the most wasted thing about this movie? The one thing that this movie wastes? R.L. Stein. If you're not gonna put Zack and Hannah in the movie, at least have R.L. Stein in it. At least make R.L. Stein actually team up with the main characters to fight them. Like have them meet in the middle of the movie and team up or another thing he could have done is another thing I would have fixed in the movie is have the three main characters not defeat the monsters yet until R.L. Stein comes in and reach them, and maybe have R.L. Stein finish the Haunted Halloween book to save their lives and trap the monsters. But no, instead R.L. Stein just comes in this movie. R.L. Stein is in this movie for no reason, out of nowhere, and he literally does nothing. You know what he does? All he did was basically spit out exposition about his Haunted Halloween book. We're like, oh my god, it's Haunted Halloween. And then he explains in front of the audience faces about what his book is. Yeah, and then he literally just goes to, you know, the main character to be like, oh hi, I'm R.L. Stein. I was gonna, and he was like, oh, I was gonna save you guys, but turns out you guys were able to defeat them without my help, so I guess I'm useless now. That's it. Are you kidding me, movie? Alright, kidding me, oh my god, this movie. Honestly, this movie is like, I don't consider this movie canon to Goosebumps. It's not canon, yeah, I don't consider this canon. There's only one Goosebumps movie. And this one's basically like, it's not a sequel, it's more of a spin-off or something that deserves to be flushed down the toilet. So overall, Goosebumps 2 Haunted Halloween is a pointless sequel that literally ignores the continuity of the first Goosebumps in favor of just rehashing the first film with replacing Zack and Hannah with boring characters. Oh yeah, Champ too, but not fan Champ. and they're just rehashing the first film, like first film, make it pointless, make the characters insufferably annoying, and make R.L. Stein completely useless, where he's in the movie for no absolute reason at all. Um, Also, yes, there are some good things about it. There are some creative jump scares, some creative hunt monster stuff, and all that stuff. But that doesn't save the movie from being an absolute train wreck of a film. Yeah, so Goosebumps 3, better take note of this. So what I was trying to say in the beginning of the review, before I started elaborating on my negatives, what Goosebumps 3 should do, besides all my ideas of having Zach, Hannah, Sam, Sonny, and Sarah like come together to fight Slappy and the Invisible Man and all the monsters that may come out of the town. Like, have them reunite. At least just fix the mistakes of the this film did. Don't make it feel like a reboot of the original, because yes, this movie does feel like a reboot. Does feel like a reboot of the first Goosebumps movie. It felt more like a reboot than a sequel. Actually give out some new and creative ideas, and yeah, just make it more creative. Don't just make it a bland sequel, because this is the definition of a bland sequel that I'm sure no one remembers this sequel. I don't think anyone even remembers this apparently. Oh boy, yeah. So yeah, with that said, I'm gonna give Goosebumps a 1.5 stars out of 5. Bad movie. Whew, man. What, man? So yeah, hopefully we get Goosebumps 3 that's actually a proper and a true sequel to Goosebumps. So also for my rant on Goosebumps to Haunted Halloween, what are your thoughts on this sequel? Do you agree with me that this movie is a terrible movie, a bad movie? Or do you actually find some enjoyment in this movie? And do you want a Goosebumps 3 to happen with my ideas included in it? Oh yeah. And also another thing, are you excited for the Goosebumps TV series on Hulu? Are you excited for that one? Yeah, I will certainly watch it tomorrow. I will watch it tomorrow. So yeah, comment down below, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and stay tuned for my next video, which probably may be either the first portions of my Disney month, where this month may begin, or my quick War 2023 reviews I've been teasing for a while now, but we'll see about that. So yeah, bye guys.